Good morning and welcome. Let me see if this is working. No. I could do it, but I think you will be disappointed. Okay, let me start then to save some time. We are a Danish company based in Skive in Denmark, and now it's coming here. And I'm going to give you a little bit about DEIF, but let's go into talk about some of the challenges that we would have when the whole grid getting more complicated. This is what is in our interest, and this is what is needed, and it's also in all the people here's interest, and I'm going to show you why. We are more than 500 people. We have a very high customer satisfaction score. It's about support. We are a global company, so we are ready to help you all over the world, from China to United States. Everywhere we have support people that are ready for helping. This year we will have a 90 years birthday, so we are not a young company. We are estimating last year to be close to 90 million euro turnover, 12 sales offices, and I just took out this to give you a little bit of scale. Yearly we deliver more than 50,000 control equipments for active controlling the power, and we are more than 100,000 electronic units. We have been in the energy sector for more than 20 years. We always talk about decentralized small microgrids, wind turbines, wind parks, things like that. Portable emergency power units. When something happens out there, for example next year when we have the Olympic Games here in Paris, it will be a problem to have all the needed power. This is what we are doing. We are part of grid demands when we are supplying green energy into the grid. The grid stability is a problem. This is what we are doing. And then I want to mention cybersecurity because this is really hot, and I'm not sure people around here with a new application actually think about the need for cybersecurity in the units. The key challenges that we see is controlling and integrating sources with different load response, the stability and the fluctuation nature of renewable energy like solar and wind power. Grid demands are not the same in the whole world. Actually, they are different from country to country. That's also one of the challenges that we will meet. Grid services, the grid getting weaker and weaker and need support from the application. So a fuel cell also needs to be a part of the grid and help the grid and behave in the right way when parallel to the grid. Remote installations with the low manning demands. There are not skilled people at site to help the units up and running again. Remote accessibility, data connections, and the distributed intelligence in all the different sources and without a failure. I will give you some examples here on what we are doing to let you imagine how important it is. We are in hospitals. In every hospital there will be an emergency plant in the basement. So just imagine that you're the doctor or the patient, you would like the power to stay on. Data centers, offshore plants, militaries getting hot. We are supplying the emergency power for the landing lights on airports, and I think you can imagine on the way down here you have 10 seconds to get the emergency plant up and run again. And there are several continue tunnels or things like that where you don't imagine there's emergency power and there's a need for a few seconds to be up and run again. This is basically what we are doing at DEIF. We secure all the power here so you don't have to think about it. So if we look at the scale, we are actually starting, the all grid is starting in up here where we have diesel. Then we started to add on the wind, but the recent days we are adding batteries, we are adding hydrogen by fuel cells, solar, and electrolyzers we have also shown here as a load, of course. And this is basically what we are doing at DEIF to secure that this grid is always operating. And again, I find people around here focusing on their own application, building up the fuel cell, but they don't think too much about how to integrate it into the rest of the system. And another thing is, I mentioned the security, cybersecurity, but I also want to mention the robustness, that this is not an industry application, this is not a factory, this is an energy application with power converters. It will be remotely installed, there will be transportation, so the need for robustness on those kind of application is really needed. And by supplying for wind turbines in China, we have more than 4,000 turbines running in China. We know the need for robust applications like that, and they cannot stop. All of us will be really, really unhappy about that situation. We are placed just down here. Please visit us. Thank you.